that the crime that is happening here, especially violent crimes. Because currently, the reason why we are here today is because the government of today, which we call it, these days they call it government of national uncertainty. I should put it that way, because they don't even know why they are there. Some are clowning in the parliament the whole day. They expect us to take them serious, and then we cannot do that. These people must take us serious. It has been 400 years under this servitude. Therefore, we need to change the narrative and the mentality of our people. You see.
So let's talk about those that were clowning in Parliament at the expense of the taxpayers.
Yes.
Everything you say seems to be aligning with the Red Berets. Besides the fact of how you view borders.
Yes.
Why didn't you join them and convince them not to let to keep our borders? What is your ideological position? If you look at their Cardinal Pillars, what is your ideological position that makes you not to join them?
All right. First, EFF, I happen to be one of those people who were part of it in the initial stage, but I decided not to continue with the EFF because the way the leadership of EFF is not a Pan-Africanist. They are just bourgeoisie masquerading as some people who are fighting for something which I don't know what is it. Since they changed the first pillar. The first pillar is the reason why most of the people who were conscious enough left. Because once you change the first pillar and say that first pillar should be people must fight for a dumping area, that doesn't make sense at all. Because in order for you to develop a nation, you need the land. Currently, we don't have a land. South African indigenous people in South Africa own 4% of the land. 4%.
Are you
majority.
saying EFF failed on their biggest pillar?
No, they just sold it out. They just sold out.
How have they sold out? Because they don't even have means of controlling policy from outside.
It's not about means of controlling policy. EFF has a lot of people following them. They had a lot of membership. They should use their membership. They should use their membership to change everything. Instead, they go and buy Gucci's. They're getting paid, buy Gucci, life is good. They clown in the parliament, so can't take such serious. Even now, our current parliamentarians, they're all clowns. They are there to get paid and go home. 95,000 rands in their pocket. What else can they do? They go and buy their nice stuff, enjoy themselves. Because our poverty doesn't affect them. Take an example. Remember during COVID-19 pandemic, that fake COVID-19.
Oskaibia ka Montjosgoa.
Oh.
O ka no ibitsa re ke sekhuba.
Sekhuba sela sa maka se ne ntse ba batla gore bolaya ka sona. She wa re ba entseng.
O ka bolela ka sekgowa mara o fitla da. Batho ba ba lwa man.
Look at what they did, these puppets in parliament. The country was closed. They got paid in full. They enjoy their packs. What about the poor people, the ordinary people? What they get?
Laid off.
They laid off. They were retrenched. Most of them, they were retrenched from their jobs. And the others were given 350, which they fight for. Not everyone was getting that 350. I don't know what is this 350 for. The same government, they chowed 500 billion rands in 3 months. Where is accountability? None. Instead, they're clowning around. They're treating the downtrodden people like dead. But ba phua ba phidiswa boima ka baka la mang. They signed an agreement, they signed laws in that what we call parliament. Parliament is an august house, is an imperialist house. So you're signing an agreement in an imperialist house that you are going to get paid. You are going to clown around. As long as you lie to the public, you keep clowning. At the end of the day, what happened?
So the
Poverty continue, inequality continue, load shedding continue, because someone wants to benefit by selling SOE. Nothing has changed. Look at what is happening today in our streets. We used to see people waking, putting fixing streets, pavements on the road. Today there is none.
Are you worried about Malema wearing Gucci and expensive clothes?
No, that's his choice.
That's his choice. Are you worried that they toned down on land?
I'm only worried that they are clowning in the parliament instead of addressing the serious issues of bread and butter. The land equation is not being attended even today.
Do you not want to blame those who are in power? Because they are not in power. EFF is not in power.
No one is in power. Black people are not in power. They are stooges in parliament. They are masquerading as they are in power, but they are not. They are just puppets getting paid to carry out the white liberal agenda. So I'm not worried about that. I'm only worried about the poor people who believe these puppets. Because now we are glued on TV as if everything is fine. Nothing is fine.
It worries me because what then do we do? Because I told you, the problem with the revolution, it almost happened in July.
Exactly.
Yes, it almost happened in July. There was a spark. But the intelligence had to identify the people that earmarked them as instigators. And they removed them from
the society.
From the society, so they can quell the start of a revolution. Arab Spring starts this way. That's what I'm saying. Then what do we do from now?
You know, the revolution is not something that will be televised or be told or to something that is going to be done because of somebody's feeling like, no, I failed in my political lifestyle. No. A revolution is like a wind. It blows slow, gradually gaining momentum until it becomes a tsunami.
It's been 30 years.
It's been 30 years. Because why it has been 30 years? We had a government that looks like us. We thought that they were representing us, while they were just a puppeteering under the hands of another puppet master. So now our eyes are open. We can see the truth. We need to confront the situation. So revolution, when we talk about revolution is a program that is well coordinated. You cannot just stand up tomorrow and start looting shops and then say, no, we are in the revolution.
It's an unled revolution.
That is not a revolution
in South Africa.
That is not a revolution. When you loot shops, it's not a revolution. But you need to be organized properly. You need to know what you want. Because what's the use of looting shops, burning stuff? Next thing, the same people you're fighting for, they're the ones who's going to continue with the leadership. Revolution, it means change.
That's why I told you it scares us.
It's change of everything. That means you change from government, every institution, everything. In fact, you start from scratch. That is revolution.
It's a reset button.
It's a reset button.
So you believe there can't be an unled revolution? Because if the revolution is led, it's a coup d'etat.
Either is a coup d'etat or not, but the people, when they want their things to change,